guess what? It's a St. Patty's Day special, baby! Woo! Top of the morning, Toya! A Slainte! A herna! Ho! Darth Vader boy! The Jedi are smiling! We got all kinds of green for you! On a beautiful Yaddle Chattle, a Star Wars podcast, St. Patrick's Day special! Potatoes! Guinness! Ooh, little dirty bare-feeted people with dirt on their faces, eating things, bread with no butter on it. How much more can I disparage? I'm allowed to disparage the Irish. Look at my red hair, ladies and gentlemen. Davy Mac. I got Irish, I got Scottish, and I got a little bit of German in me, which is why sometimes a little bit of me doesn't get along with Jared. Jared, of course, is a beautiful American from the land of Judaism.
Yes, Eastern Europe.
Do you do anything on St. Patrick's Day today? Do you do anything on this spectacular day, or what are we doing here?
No.
No, that sure as shit.
I'm not Irish. I am not Irish.
No, but I mean, you're not going out and drinking, hanging with some people, just having a fun time. You don't need to be Irish to have fun.
I know, but I have an 8-month-old now.
It's
so
a fucking
it's a bit different.
free pass to day drink, my man.
No,
and that's what I'll be doing. Woo! Immediately once Yaddle Chattle commences. Slainte! Well, let me tell you something, Yaddleheads. I am excited. Not only is it St. Patrick's, it's a Yaddle Chattle St. Patrick's special, but I'm in love with The Mandalorian, and I ain't holding back.
Me too.
I ain't holding back at all. We're going to get into a lot of Mando talk coming up on this episode. Episode 3, Season 3, just premiered on Wednesday. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss a little bit of the Bad Batch. We got some news, and we got some St. Patrick's topics, Jared.
Oh, okay.
First, I thought we'll hit a St. Patrick's topic.
Go ahead.
St. Patrick's Day Star Wars movie. What are we watching? I have mine. Okay. And I watch a certain... How about this? I'll allow you to guess what my favorite Star Wars movie to watch on St. Patrick's Day is. If you can guess it, 50 points right off the bat.
Wow.
Yes. On St. Patrick's special, I'm feeling very magnanimous, my man.
So you watch a specific... a specific Star Wars movie on St. Patrick's Day?
Yes, I do.
Every year?
Every year.
Trying to think.
Time is ticking away. Yaddle fans are wondering, is the podcast buffering?
No,
Jared is.
I'm thinking.
Yaddle heads. Much like a droid. Like a shutdown C-3PO.
I want to say Return of the Jedi.
Oh my God. Dude, were you looking at my notes? Were you cheating?
No.
It's Return of the Jedi. That's in the goddamn notes. It's Return of the Jedi. Oh my God. It's a St. Patty's Day miracle.
Well, yeah.
How? No. First of all, get closer to the mic. We're not doing this week. Thank you.
Luke Skywalker.
Now,
green lightsaber, right?
Okay. I had not particularly thought of that. I'm going to give you an extra 1 point for the green lightsaber with Luke.
Green lightsaber drives the Empire out of the galaxy.
Okay. No.
Oh.
No. We are talking, what are Irish people? And again, I'm allowed to comment like this. Okay? Don't give me shit. I have Irish ancestors that moved to New York. My ancestors moved after 1885, I believe. So it was like around 1888 or 1890 is when all my people came over from County Kerry.
Okay.
And the point is, Ewoks, they don't wear shoes. They live like savages. They're natives. They'll eat anything. They don't throw great feasts, but they like to party. They like to have a good time. They were having a barbecue at the beginning of Jedi, and then at the end of the Jedi, they were having a fucking full-on fiesta, playing bongos on stormtrooper helmets after they had clearly decapitated a few guys. They were obviously drunk. Okay. And again, the height, the feet, the overall. I feel like if you had to say who is the most Irish character in Star Wars, it probably would be an Ewok. Because of the Ewoks, and let's not forget, at the beginning of Jedi, Jabba's palace, lots of drinking, lots of festivities in that. I mean, you got a lot of festiveness in Return of the Jedi. Shit, even though, Endor is very green. I know it's the fucking Redwood Forest in fucking California, whatever the fuck it is. I know, but still very green. That's another aspect of Return of the Jedi that I feel is Irish. So I just feel like, you have a lot of things. Oh, and very notable Irish actor, Billy D. Williams. So, these are the reasons. Now, do you have them? Obviously, you don't do this, but if you were going to begin the tradition, what would Jared be watching? What would Jedi Jared? By the way, did I even introduce us? What the fuck? I'm Darth David, the guy who brings the power and the energy in the dark side. I'm Darth David. He's Jedi Jared. There. Now you know who we are. Go ahead. Go ahead, baby.
Is Mark Hamill Irish?
Hamill is an Irish name for sure.
It is an
yes,
Irish name?
Pete
Okay.
Hamill, the famous New York writer, was always proud of his Irish roots. Ford is an Irish name.
Yeah, Harrison Ford's half Jewish, half Irish.
Okay, so come on.
So yeah,
what movie? You gotta go with a movie because there's a different. We're doing a different best Star Wars character, Irish character next. So this is all about movie.
I would probably say A New Hope.
A New Hope, and why?
Well, a lot of Irish actors, and Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford.
Come on, and
well, it's very joyous and celebratory, and the IRA is always about bringing hope to Ireland.
Jesus,
I'm just making.
Jesus Christ!
I don't know.
You're gonna get a car bomb for that, my man. You better be very careful when you start your car. When you leave Yaddle Chattle. Shit, I might be the one to put the explosive device under your fucking trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever watch...
I might be the one.
Did you watch that documentary about the band, the Northern... I think they were North Irish? The Miami something band?
Yes, Gangs in New York. I saw that. That was a great movie.
That was a movie, not a documentary.
Oh, then I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. And this is not St. Patty's Day Chattle. It's Yaddle Chattle. So we're going to move on. We're going to hit a few St. Patty's Day topics, but... let's get into something thick, something fun. We got a couple of Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau things.
Okay.
Number one, Dave Filoni says there could be a crossover event still on the horizon between Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka. It seems possible that Skeleton Crew might be in the same time frame. Thoughts and opinions? Do you want to even see this?
Oh, hell yes.
In terms of, is this what you want the next movie kind of chapter to be? Do you want the next movie chapter to be based on the TV series on Disney Plus? Do you want new movies? Do you want sequel characters? What are you looking for when Star Wars returns to the movie theater? Let's go.
Well, I think I've made it evidently clear I'd like to see some more High Republic stuff. I don't know what... I was reading an article, the same article that we had talked about last week about with Bob Iger, and basically him kind of soft admitting that they didn't do the sequel trilogy right. I was like reading a little more in depth.
Yeah, they made mistakes. Bob Iger's good. He's cleaning up a lot. He's canceling shit that don't work. And I see some people online, how could you just because you started something doesn't mean it should continue. If it sucks, chop it out. And I see Iger going through a lot of stuff right now.
I know. He canceled.
Cutting bait, and good for him.
He canceled Willow. That was the big one.
He canceled Willow. Lucasfilm's Willow. Again, I tried to watch Willow.
I never watched
it. I turned it on. I was like, this sucks. We haven't talked about it because it's not Star Wars. It is Lucasfilm. It wasn't good. Another time where... You take a property that fucking exists already, and you just try to change it for all this this modern day. And I'm not going with politics or this or that. I'm just going with feel. You take something, keep the vibe of the original. or enhance it or upgrade it. But we don't take shit and just change it just for the sake of changing it. You alienate fans. Guess what happens next? The whole fucking show gets canceled. So if you retained the original magic and aura, personality of these original movies and series, you're going to have something. This isn't hard to figure out. Stop changing shit.
Well, you know what I'd like to see?
I'm fed up.
I'd like to see in the next Star Wars movie, before, the Star Wars logo comes up and, the music starts playing, I'd like to see Bob Iger come out. And they're playing the theme song from...
How about he does the ABC 7 o'clock show again? That gimmick. Where that Walt Disney and then Michael Eisner did in the 80s. Yeah. Where, the guy's like sitting on a desk and he talks to you for a little bit, introduces a cartoon. It's just that Bob Iger's very serious, No, so you just be like, welcome to ABC's Wonderful World of Disney Sunday night. Here's Star Wars. Here's Star Wars. I got a lot of things to do. I'm very busy. Thanks for watching Disney. I'm Iger. Fuck you. That would be the Bob Iger. I don't foresee him being as pleasant as Walt Disney.
Oh, I just want him to apologize.
I'm Bob Iger. I apologize very much for the sequel trilogy. In fact, I apologize for a lot of what Disney is doing right now. That's why I'm back. Like Napoleon, I'm going to come back here and straighten things out.
So, that's what I'd like.
That's what you'd like?
I would like a George Clooney-esque Batman and Robin apology for
this shit isn't hard. Movie studios, either if you're going to bring back a property or a character, be loyal and faithful to that property and character. If you want something new, come up with a new property or a new character.
Well,
what's fucking pissing people off now is I'm going to bring back a property or a character and fucking change everything about them, alienating the people who, it's not bullshit. It's not fanboy tears. When we've spent 40 fucking years or 30 years or 50 years supporting Marvel or Star Wars or some bullshit, don't tell us that we don't fucking matter. Now, if you want a new character, then get a new character.
They should wheel card out Shatner, because I know he's in a wheelchair now because he's like in his 90s, and Bill should just go, get a life.
I don't want...
I respect Bill for that.
That poor man. Hey, he's in a wheelchair?
Someone posted like a picture of him like on a cruise, and he was on one of those carts. So,
Bill's wait a second. Everyone... I was at Disney World recently. Everyone was on those carts. People we have gotten so fat as a country that people now use them when they actually have operation of their legs. People's legs are fully operational.
If Bill wants to be
no, come on, hold on. You're skipping over my fucking line. Oh, sorry. I'm seeing fat people whose legs are fully operational. And they're using these fucking carts. I saw it all the time at Disney recently. Okay? You're like, just get the fuck up and walk.
That's how they get ahead in the line.
You do realize you're on a vicious circle now, because if you're letting the cart drive you everywhere in Disney, you're just getting fatter as we speak. One of the great things I like about Disney is you do walk so much, you could fucking have a big cheeseburger or whatever the fuck it is you want. You know what I'm saying, Jared?
Yes.
Jedi Jared?
Yes.
Slainte.
Slainte.
You know what that means? Like, to good health.
To good health. L'chaim.
That's right. That's Jewish?
Yeah, it means to life.
To life. L'chaim. A St. Patty's Day l'chaim to each and every one of you.
Now, I think what I'd like to see very much is what we've seen with The Mandalorian. I want to see, like, more magic. Like, I want...
More magic?
Well, no, meaning in the sense that when I watch, especially, some of the earlier seasons... The first episode, I felt like a kid again. Like, I want that sensation of going to the movie and feeling like I'm watching the original series, the original trilogy, as a child. Like, that's what that episode in the Book of Boba Fett did for me. Like, that's what the season finale of season 2 of Mandalorian did for me. Like, that last sequence of Luke took me back to being a fucking kid. And like the way I
So that's what you want in the movies?
Yes. I want that like feeling and sensation.
So does The Mandalorian give that to you?
Yes.
So then you want The Mandalorian in the movies?
I want something like The Mandalorian. I don't know if necessarily The Mandalorian works on a feature film. I like television. I like the format of television. I know you want to see things in the movie theater.
I want both.
No, I get that. But for me, like a big crossover event, I think would work so much better as a limited series on television. You get more.
It's tough. It's tough. I go back and forth with it myself because I have found in the past. Okay, my only example I could tell you is that I was a massive, still am actually, X-Files fan. And they put out the movie, the first movie.
It was okay.
While the series was on. And it was okay. Perfect phrase.
It was okay.
It was okay. But that, I wasn't looking for okay.
You wanted to be wow.
Yeah. And then you try going back to the series and you, I think, lose a little bit of the buzz. So you got to be really careful. You might just want to say, yeah, keep Mando strictly on Disney Plus and come up with something new. I have no shortage of ideas. Apparently, Lucasfilm Story Group does with new ideas for Star Wars movies.
Again, I think that the reason why he's putting the kibosh on all of these projects is because he doesn't want this repeated. Because he saw the diminishing returns from The Force Awakens. You saw Force Awakens did well. Rogue One, no one was expecting it to do as well as it did.
Did great.
Critically received. Fans received it
almost well. $900 million at the box office.
Did incredibly well at the box office.
And people were not expecting that.
And then The Last Jedi comes out, and people,
Last Jedi Rise of Skywalker messed some shit up. And the box office failure of Solo, which was not Solo's fault.
I don't blame Solo for it.
Because they put it 5 months after. Well, we discussed that last week. Okay, here.
What do you like? I know you keep bringing up the sequel trilogy. Like you're like, let's do some independent, like a Rey movie and a Finn movie and a Poe movie. Besides that,
that's the way to do it.
What else would you like to see?
New characters.
Would you like to see a 10, 11, 12? Like some kind of crazy...
No. They fucked that up. The only time that I want to see an episode in the title is now if George Lucas is producing it. Similar. What they should have done from day one is had George Lucas produce, JJ direct, Larry Kasdan write, a la Indiana Jones. Simple as that. Or Lucas with Empire and Return of the Jedi. And that you have a modern day guy who can really show off on a visual level, but then Lucas is definitely given his 2 cents with where the overall story is, and then Larry Kasdan has the talent to do the scripts and tie everything together. That's how they fucked it up. So if they're not going to involve George Lucas with episodes 10, 11, and 12, no. What I just want to see is something. And again, Finn going and saving younglings who are force sensitive from being kidnapped by the Empire. Logic, makes sense, could be fun. Poe going on an X-Wing adventure where he and another X-Wing squadron are cleaning up the remnants of the First Order, doing this and that. Another fucking layup. Boom. Then you got another character. Then you got Rey, and all of them have to get back to Rey, and Rey joins them, the gang back together, because we got a Thanos in outer space type of situation, okay? Nice and simple. This can be done, but fuck it. I've given you the game plan. I want to get onto a different topic.
Okay.
Well, similar topic. Jon Favreau says The Mandalorian will not change established lore. When asked, now that was Dave Filoni, when asked about movies, Jon Favreau actually said, could I see him in the movie theater? Yes. But could I see The Mandalorian as simply a very long-running television series? Yes, I could. Interestingly enough, when Favreau and Filoni were then sitting together, Dave Filoni chimed in and said, basically, we know we have up to 30 years before we catch up to the sequel trilogy. Okay? And again, Favreau, not changing established lore. So, will this tie into the sequel trilogy? I was convinced that they were. because of, was it season 1 or season 2 with the Snoke clones? Or at least what I thought were Snoke clones in those pods.
Well, I mean, if you really want to get into it, that's probably where they're probably... There's
I'm assuming Moff Gideon took Grogu and is conducting experiments on Grogu, trying to take some sort of Force essence out of him to breathe Force life into, to animate those Palpatine avatars, which are Snokes. That's what I thought they're doing. They're taking Grogu's Force energy, somehow they're capturing it, they're bottling it up, and they're saying if we can inject this Force energy into these Snoke clones, now we got something that the Emperor can use. That's what I thought they were doing. Now are they all of a sudden not even gonna go there? Are they not gonna go into sequel trilogy lore? Because they just said they're not gonna change any established lore.
They're not established. There was no lore. They literally changed everything on the fly. J.J. Abrams sets up this whole thing about the First Order, and it's kind of almost a continuation of the Empire. And then there's the Supreme Commander Snoke, we don't know who this guy is. It's very mysterious.
I'm surprised that I thought that's what they were actually doing. I mean, those were Snoke clones. I mean, you can't convince me that they weren't. They looked like them.
I'm not saying no, but I'm saying is now they have the opportunity to write all this lore in. Like, they're not going to change anything in the sense that the Emperor comes back and Snoke's whatchamacallit. But then they've got to add, like, you know.
I would submit that they're not changing lore. They're filling in some lore.
You got to find out.
Because they do need some lore filled in for us fans.
Well, apparently, I read this online that the whole thing about, because there was some kind of, like, book that ties the sequel trilogy together. And it explains that Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter was a younger clone of Palpatine.
Oh, that's interesting.
Having a child with a woman. And that's how...
Show it to me. Look, I just want to know. I want to know what happened. Just show it to me, please. But here's one thing, and then we're going to move on.
This is what...
But Favreau said, I could see the Mandalorian going on forever.
Yeah.
So in other words, he's not looking at this as, hey, we got to wrap this up in 3 years, 4 years, 5 seasons. We could be looking at a Mandalorian that has 10, 11, 12 seasons, and I ain't complaining.
Well, here's the thing.
Now, if that happens, I would say then stay away from the movie theater.
I would agree, but I think you also need to know when to walk away.
Know when to walk away, know when to run. You better count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough counting. When the feeling's done, you gotta know, come on, and hold on. Know when to fold on, know when to walk away, know when to run. You better count your money. At the bar rock table when it's time enough for counting and the dealing's done. When I say Barack, I meant Sabak.
Sabak. That's fine.
Barack was a president. Sabak was the game they played.
Yes.
I don't know why I got those two confused.
I don't know.
One's a person, one's a game, for Christ's sakes. Anyway.
I think that, look at The Walking Dead. Did you watch The Walking Dead?
No!
I tapped out at like season 4 or 5, I think.
I'm not into zombies.
I am.
I've even waited to watch the Pedro Pascal thing, and I'm a Pedro Pascal fan. I loved him in Narcos, I loved him in Game of Thrones, and I obviously love him in The Mandalorian. And I have yet to watch it. I think what I'll do is finish Mando, and then maybe, wanting a little Pedro Pascal action, then do it. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be watching that show for another, 2 months.
We just finished it on Tuesday night at my house.
Don't
I'm not gonna
spoil shit.
I mean, you can play the game on your on your PlayStation.
Don't you spoil shit. I'm watching that.
Okay.
Waiting for Mando. And that's it. That's all.
Okay.
All right.
But my point is that The Walking Dead dragged on for like 10 seasons. And I don't know who many people that were watching it at the end. Like, it kind of just overwore its welcome. and I feel like some shows can get stale now. I think the idea of The Mandalorian means that they could basically pass that title on to a different character. So when Pedro Pascal doesn't want to do it anymore,
that's true.
They could maybe Grogu becomes the Mandalorian.
Oh, come on. We're not gonna watch a fucking show, an animated, a live action show. I mean, with Grogu in a mask.
It's not gonna be Grogu
flying around. He's gonna wear a mask. He hasn't gotten baptized, but once he fucking gets of age, he's got to put the mask on.
I think that's gonna be a big change at some point in this Mandalorian thing.
You think there's someone's gonna say, "Stop it with the mask nonsense"?
I think once they retake Mandalore.
All right, listen. Want to move on? Second, St. Patrick's Day topic.
Okay.
And I said it before, but I'm going to go right into it. Best Star Wars Irish character. Okay? This is someone who either symbolizes Ireland, reminds you of Ireland, represents it, so on and so forth. Let's go. Let's go. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hux. Redhead. I'm pretty sure he's literally Irish.
Yeah, his father.
The blue insane eyes. I have him sometimes. When he's screaming on stage. Volatile. Then all of a sudden he becomes, he switches on the team. So was he drinking? What's the deal with that? All of a sudden he switches, he's on a different team. And that's very much like an Irish person. Confused. Dopey. Not always knowing what the hell you're doing. You're just kind of getting into one adventure after another. You don't really plan anything out. You're just going along. You're making decisions.
Well, if that's the case,
haphazardly. Trust me. Again, I'm Irish. I can say these things.
Then wouldn't that be the case with the droids are like that, though?
Hux! Droids don't have red hair.
Yeah, but you the way you were describing, like, kind of just goes along with things, goes with the flow.
Hey, if that's your choice.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the droids.
Well, which droid?
C-3PO and R2-D2. Because they're always like...
I don't see C-3PO as Irish at all.
Okay,
I see him as a little bit Jewish.
Nebbishy?
Neurotic.
Okay. I would say then R2-D2.
R2.
Yeah.
Because he's just fun, goes along with stuff. I can see that. I'm glad that you said that.
He's always ready.
Because I love R2-D2. He's my number one droid of all time. You still are my number one, dog. You're my number one. Give me a pound, dog.
He's kind of got a temper. Like, you don't want to...
By the way, I forget to mention that in Return of the Jedi's got Yoda, who's green. Yeah. So give me another point for Return of the Jedi is really a great St. Patrick's Day movie. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, he's always ready for adventure. He's kind of got a temper, and you don't want to cross him.
Should I go when I have the hat? Should I go with the up? This is like the plug uglies. Or you go with the down brim. All of a sudden you got a little. I might as well call myself Ireland Jones because I'm like Indiana Jones with green.
I would go with the plug and uglies.
Okay, you like the plug ugly thing?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going R2. I'm going Hux as best Star Wars Irish actors. Now, a Star Wars movie has gotten 100% favorable reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. You're going to have no idea what this is, so I'm just going to tell you. It was the Star Wars Holiday Special documentary.
Oh, yeah.
That has come out. Seth Green, and, like a lot of pop culture guys and funny
Kevin
people.
Smith and,
Kevin Smith, that ilk.
Yes.
And they're going to be all over this, discussing it. I guarantee you it's going to be great. I can't wait to see what they say about B. Arthur's musical number during the episode. Or the fact that the special started off with 7 minutes of Wookiee-only dialogue with no translation. Oh, God. No subtitles.
That is probably
7 straight minutes of Wookiee fucking scene with no subtitles or English-speaking characters.
And then Lumpy's watching that,
Lumpy was one of the names.
Chewie's son.
Chewbacca's son was named fucking Lumpy. That's what I hated about Star Wars Extended Universe.
It's not Extended Universe.
Their fucking names sucked.
That's just...
George Lucas was a goddamn genius at least making names. Characters and planets. He showed you how fucking hard it is to do. Because when he left, you're getting people like Lumpy.
Well, you gotta understand.
No, even the characters.
There's a lot of cocaine going around this time, and
not good.
People are just throwing ideas out
By the way,
there.
I want to say a happy St. Patrick's Day to Jimmy Mack. He's Irish. Davey Mack says happy birthday to Jimmy Mack. Happy St. Patrick's Day to Jimmy Mack. And Rebel Force Radio. They're an aligned show of ours. They just don't know it, actually. We haven't told them. All right, Jared. But they did say when they come to New Jersey, they're not coming to New Jersey ever, but when they come to New York, they're going to be hanging out.
We could show them a good time in Jersey.
Can we?
Yeah, we can.
What are we going to fucking show them? A goddamn crack house in Neptune?
No.
Just go ahead.
Get him some of the best damn barbecue in the Northeast.
Give me a break.
I swear to God.
Where?
Red, white, and Q. In Greenbrook, New Jersey on Route 22. Swear to fucking God. Anyone that's ever been there.
That's not better than Dinosaur BBQ.
Oh my God,
in Newark.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
In Newark, New Jersey.
I've been to the original Dinosaur Barbecue in Syracuse. It's fucking overrated compared to fucking Red, White, and Q. Trust me.
You have my interest. Because if you're going to throw down that hard, the reason why I was laughing at you is because every time I go see a concert or a wrestling event at Newark, I hit the Dinosaur BBQ. It's fucking great. Now, you're promising that your barbecue is better?
Oh, absolutely.
What's it called again?
Red, White, and Q.
And where is it?
It's in Greenbrook.
What street?
Route 22 in Greenbrook.
First of all, it's route. We're not from the Midwest. We don't say route. We say route in the East Coast.
Route 22 in Greenbrook.
Route 22. Not route.
It's Route 22 in Washington.
All right. You told me enough. It's not fucking barbecue channel. It's Yaddle Chattle
smoked
here.
Turkey.
All right. I'm hungry now.
Shout out to Dan and Katie.
Do you know these people? Is this a
Oh, no.
payola? Is this a payola
Oh,
situation?
I
Do
wish.
they understand how many dozens and dozens of people are listening to Yaddle Chattle at this moment?
I hope they go and they tell them Jared the iced tea guy sent you.
Hey, Katie. What's the other guy's name?
Dan.
Hey, Dan and Katie. We just gave you basically a minute and a half live read. I want some ribs. I want some brisket. I want some mashed potatoes. I want some gravy.
No, they don't do gravy or mashed potatoes. They do
what?
They do potato salad, collard greens.
All right, I want potato salad. I want mac and cheese too.
And if you
have barbecue, you should be doing mac and cheese, bro.
They do mac and cheese.
All right.
They do mac and cheese, potato salad.
All right, greens. I said.
Everything's delicious.
All right. Now, so are you interested in this Star Wars Holiday Special?
I'll probably watch it.
I think this is great. I just wish it wasn't. It's premiering at the South by Southwest Festival. This to me should be streaming like ASAP. And I guess Disney probably has nothing to do with this. So I doubt it's even going to be on Disney Plus.
If they're smart, they'd buy it.
They should buy it.
Or at least get the streaming rights for it. Because it might end up on Netflix. I mean, a lot of those, like The People versus George Lucas, I watched that on Netflix.
I haven't watched that in a long time. I actually turned that off because that was one of those times where that was one of the first times where I was so sick and tired of everyone whining and complaining about Star Wars
you should
and actually hating Star Wars fans. It was that movie and that shit of George Lucas ruined my childhood. No, motherfucker. Your childhood obviously was as easy as shit. If a guy making a movie in 1999 ruined your childhood, then you shouldn't be complaining at all. You've obviously had a very easy life. You know what almost ruined my childhood? When I drank pesticides accidentally and had to go to the hospital. You know what also ruined my childhood? When I accidentally drowned because we were living in fucking Newport Beach, California, and my brothers forgot to fucking close the gate to the fucking harbor, and a fucking one-year-old moron named Darth David walked out, and everyone said, "Where's little David?" "Oh, he's in the water. He's dead." He was blue. And I had to go to the hospital and get shocked back to life. That almost ruined my childhood. You know what almost ruined my childhood? When my brother was pissed off at me and hit me with a car. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was almost ruined my childhood. Okay, I was almost murdered or killed or accidentally taken out by my three older brothers. I'm the youngest of four. By my three older brothers tried to assassinate me at least 8 times. That was that almost ruined my childhood. Yours was a guy who made a movie in 1999 when you were 30 years old. You're a fucking winner, bro. Fuck you.
Well, they towards the end, that's why I said you should watch the end of it. They like start actually defending George at the end. They're like,
they shouldn't have attacked him in the first place. Their fucking shitty ass attacks led to him retiring. You'll never convince me otherwise. He said, I'm out. It might have taken him, let's see, when did 2005 was Revenge of the Sith. And he sold to Disney in 2012, so 7 years.
Yeah, but he also did the
Clone Wars, right? Good point.
He did not in Clone Wars, but he did another Indiana Jones movie.
Right. Well, but what I'm saying is that it was only 7 years.
And
so
that Red Tails movie,
there's no doubt about it, in my personal opinion, that these fucking assholes just got him to leave. Because ultimately, it's annoying. It takes time and energy. Oh, it just sucks time and energy from you when you're online and you're dealing with one fucking cunty asshole after another.
Yeah.
You just say, you know what? This ain't life.
But in 2005, social media really wasn't a thing.
The internet was, bro. Message boards were, and that shit got around. Hey,
look, nothing's stopping George from wanting to make any kind of movie he wants now. Like, if he's gotten any ideas, if he wants to produce something, me personally, I would like to see him.
What? Go ahead.
Fucking Steven Spielberg and John Milius and whoever was at what's the
Schroeder?
Not Schroeder, the guy who did Scarface.
De Palma.
Those four
Brian
guys.
De Palma. De Palma doesn't want anything to do with these worlds.
No, not with these worlds. Make John Milius's magnum opus, Genghis Khan miniseries. Each one, Milius writes it. They all produce it together.
All right. This ain't Genghis Khan channel. This is tangential. No,
it's not tangential.
It's Yaddle Chattle.
Fucking amazing if all four of them directed an episode.
I'm bringing back to Star Wars.
God damn it.
Why haven't they, just for PR purposes, offered George an episode of Mando? Just one fucking episode.
I think it might be in his contract. Like when he sold it to Disney. That they just bring me out. You do the better, George.
Every once in a while, they fucking, try to polish my dick by, inviting me to the fucking set for, 6 hours. They let me hold Grogu. Favreau takes a few pictures of it, and, he puts it on fucking Instagram, and then all of a sudden people think I'm cool with it. Disney's a bunch of white slavers. Fuck them.
No, I think that he knows as long as Filoni's involved.
Dave, have George do an Ahsoka episode. Dude, that would I would be so happy.
George is a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
Creatively.
I don't think
he is an amazing businessman.
Oh, yeah.
He is incredibly prudent. But the one thing I think that sometimes gets forgotten, at least in the 21st century, because everyone looks at the financial success of Star Wars and the Star Wars franchise as a whole, and they forget, this is a talented artist. This is a guy who's a great storyteller and filmmaker. And I'm sure there's a piece of him that would just like to get behind the camera and have some fun.
I think that he's like an innovator. Like he was able to see what...
I'm talking, what you're talking is what people know, which is all of the things he's done outside of directing. I'm saying, strip away everything. There's an artist there, a filmmaker, a director, and that guy could have some fun directing an episode of Ahsoka or The Mandalorian. I'd love to see it. If you did that as a PR thing, hey, guess what? Episode 4 is being directed by George Lucas. Oh my God. It would be so great. Even if it was a shitty episode, story-wise, I'd love to see what it simply looked like. I'd like to see Star Wars as told through George's eyes, just for an episode. Thank you.
I'd like to see that too. I don't know if he's...
What are you arguing?
Well, I'm just saying I don't know if he's going to want to do it.
All right.
Because I'm pretty sure with the leverage now that Filoni and Favreau have over at Disney, if he said, hey, guys, I want to do it, they'd go to Kennedy and Bob and be like, George wants to direct an episode. What are they going to do? Say no?
Hey, by the way, last week someone accused me of sitting way behind you.
Oh.
I sit next to you. I'm slightly behind you.
I know who said that. He's a good dude.
No, I'm not saying he's not a good dude. But I don't know if the camera is not picking this up accurately. I have to sit 2 inches behind Jared. Otherwise, my voice makes it sound like he's whispering.
Yes. So
that's what I have to do. But I'm actually, look at this. I'm touching him now. It's not like I'm sitting in the back of the room, for fuck's sake.
I'm also leaning into the mic to make sure because I guess I've been told I'm too soft-spoken.
Yes.
So.
And we have a screen that is in live time, so he can look at me through the screen. That's what I always encourage him to do.
Yes.
Okay. Jared.
Yes.
I want to do another St. Patrick's Day topic.
Okay.
Where would you like to drink in Star Wars for St. Patrick's Day?
Fuck. That's a tough one.
You can drink anywhere. Anywhere you want. Where are we partying for St. Patrick's Day in the Star Wars galaxy, Daddy?
Well, I don't want to die, so Tatooine's off the table. I'm going to say that diner on Coruscant.
From episode 2?
Yeah.
The one that Obi-Wan Kenobi went to?
Yeah.
With the big fat guy who was like, Al's Diner type of deal? Or Mel's Diner type of deal? All right. You're going to have to bring your own booze, though. I have a feeling like they only serve Java juice.
Oh, come on. How many diners in
Was it Java or Jawa juice? It was Jawa juice? Or Java juice. He goes, would you like some Jawa juice or Java juice?
It might be Jawa juice.
It might be Jawa juice. They weren't crushing Jawas up to make them into coffee, were they?
No, maybe it's just a juice that the Jawas like to drink.
Okay, because they are kind of dark. Like, they kind of look like coffee. So if I could actually see, like, a Jawa getting crushed up and you turning him into coffee, imagine how fucking disgusting that would be. Obi-Wan Kenobi's drinking fucking Jawas in that goddamn scene. Anyway,
well, I mean...
That's where you would drink?
Yes. Because we're going to get...
You had it. Tatooine.
Oh.
That's the place. I thought you were going to go with the casino from Last Jedi.
Oh, God. No.
It's a fun place.
I want to get drunk and then eat diner food.
What about the festival in Rise of Skywalker? That seemed like that would be fun on St. Patrick's.
Maybe.
A lot of people partying in that thing. That was fun.
I feel like maybe...
You got a bunch of opportunities. The Ewoks, I took all of the Ewoks already, but quite festive. Jabba's Palace we brought up. Definitely a place to party.
Yeah, but I feel like...
Empire, not a lot of... Oh, wait a second. They had refreshments when Vader was there. You could sit down with Vader and Han Solo and Leia
the Cloud City.
on Bespin. Yeah, would you care to join me for something or whatever? Did he say refreshments? He said something. Care to join me? So you could party right with Vader right there at the table?
No, I think...
That'd be a good place to drink,
any of those places I'll probably end up dead. Jabba's Palace?
No, the Cantina and Tatooine. Not an original answer, but definitely reminds me of many Irish pubs I've been to, not just in New York, but also in Ireland. It actually reminds me of plenty of the Irish pubs where the regulars begin to look like aliens and creatures. Like that, you almost feel like they came with the bar. You're like, how long has that guy been sitting in that fucking stool?
That's his stool.
That's his stool.
That's his stool.
Yeah. Someone else tries to come in like, wait, you're sitting in Artie's stool. The person's like, Artie, does he work here? No, but it's Artie. Everyone knows him.
Yeah, he's been.
I worked at a place in Red Bank, New Jersey called the Dublin House, and we had those people. It was, a Cheers type place where we had the same fucking people.
Maybe when you worked
there,
same
guys came in and read the newspaper.
But that one time that we went there, it was kind of like a nicer, higher end.
They new owners bought it. Weirdly enough, they renovated it. No, they didn't move it. They renovated it, made it nicer inside, and weirdly enough, lost its charm.
Really?
I still go there every once in a while when I'm in Red Bank, but it's not the same place. But it's nice. The odd thing is it's nicer than the old Dublin House. But the charm
is gone.
I won't say it's gone, but there's a little charm that the old place had that the new place doesn't. I'm just being honest.
Maybe nostalgic memories.
Now.
Yes.
Nostalgic memories.
Work it in a traditional pub.
It was 20 years ago. It's not like, All right. Next one is Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
Says he loves Clone Wars and the Rebels.
Okay, I can see
Would that surprise you that he watched Star Wars Rebels? That kind of surprised me that he's all in with the entire animated thing.
Well, he's attached to it. It's his likeness in the Clone Wars.
Right, but Rebels, I was surprised to learn that he's
got kids. He probably watched it with, like, he's like, this is what Daddy's a part of.
He said he watched it to get more character on Anakin Skywalker.
I can see that.
Well, Rebels doesn't have Anakin, really.
Well, they got Vader.
I mean, yes, there's Vader.
But he never really played Vader.
All right. I'm just saying. Like, I love Hayden Christensen. I'm not giving him shit. I'm just saying. And I maintain, man, Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, if they don't do a second season of Solo, fine. But those two guys want to play these characters. They're great actors. Utilize them.
Yeah.
Put Obi-Wan somewhere. Put Hayden Christensen somewhere. Please. And I'm still thinking a Vader series would be great.
I'd like to see Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Force Ghost. I don't know why we can't have... I'd love to see that in fucking Ahsoka.
Right, but we don't need that. We don't need it. He's alive.
That'd be fucking... Not an Ahsoka series. He's dead at that point.
Well, maybe he'll be there then.
That'd be pretty fucking cool.
That could be there. Well, let's see.
I was kind of hoping that that's what they were going to do in The Last Jedi. That, it was going to be Ewan.
No.
And they brought...
It had to be Mark Hamill. It had to be Luke Skywalker.
No, I meant Yoda. They brought... In The Last Jedi, the Force Ghost is Yoda. And I was kind of hoping...
Last Jedi.
I was kind of hoping that it would have been Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. And, he's talking to him as...
Yoda was more of Luke's master, I feel. I mean, what? Obi-Wan was able to teach him on a fucking Millennium Falcon ride. That's pretty much it. Yoda had, 6 months or something with Luke. That time that Luke was in Dagobah is a lot longer than you realize. I read somewhere recently that it was 6 months.
That he spent on Dagobah?
So then how long were Harrison Ford and Leia in space?
I know, it's very weird.
Okay.
I was actually thinking about this, this whole time.
Were they on that asteroid rock, or were they on the fucking ship for 6 months?
I have no idea, because it's weird, because I was thinking about how old Bo-Katan should be in this Mandalorian
I was
series.
thinking about that too.
So should we go
Well, no, okay, I'm assuming that, let's go back and say she is 21. Now, she seemed older than 21.
in the Clone Wars, first year as a terrorist.
But then again, maybe, so that would put her at...
She'd be in her 50s.
50.
Because...
About 50, right?
When did they do that? Season 3? Or 2?
It's between episodes 2 and 3.
No, but I'm saying, the Clone Wars is supposed to be 6 years. So
right, but it's between episodes 2 and 3. Whenever that time is, that's when it is.
So you got to think that if there's 20 years between episodes.
I know we did the math. The math part is done.
Yeah,
it's about 30 years.
Yeah, it's about 30.
Yeah, we don't need to do the math anymore. What I'm saying is she's 50 now. Katee Sackhoff, how old is she?
I think she's in her 40s.
All right, so it's not so crazy.
No,
but definitely you could be saying Bo-Katan ages quite well.
Yes, very well.
And if she's 30 in Clone Wars, then yeah, we do have a little bit of an issue because she'd be 60.
Yeah.
Right now. So they've pigeoned themselves. So I guess Bo-Katan's 18 years old in the Clone Wars. I wasn't aware that she was that young.
I kind of feel like that would make, the way they could do that is be Satine was the older sister.
They never gave her, she is the older sister. A, and B, they never gave her age. So they might as well just say she was 19.
It would make sense that she'd be a kid at that point because she's young and idealistic.
No, that's true.
She joins the terrorist organization and all that. So
all right, well, let's get into Mando then.
Okay.
Since we're talking about Katee Sackhoff. Episode 3.
She's great. She's
great
in
actress.
everything she does.
I am very pleased with the female characters of The Mandalorian this year. And if you want to know why I have had issues with certain things, Marvels or this or that, I said it before, and I'll say it again. No one is saying we don't want women in Star Wars. That's ridiculous. We do. We want women and
Who's
men.
saying that?
And we want all this. You still get the same shit.
The sexist shit?
Anytime a man criticizes something or criticizes a female character, then you're sexist rather than, no, it was a shitty character and poorly written.
Yes.
Okay?
Rose
that
was
is
a
part of
poorly
life.
written character.
Here's why I'm not going negative. I'm going positive and saying
No, I know.
the reason why Star Wars is doing a great job, probably better than Marvel, is because the women characters have been successful. The Armorer is good. Bo-Katan is great.
Cara Dune was great.
Cara Dune was good. This new actor, or not new, Moff Gideon's lady, very good in that role. Ahsoka, and what? So what do they all have in common? They're new. I know Bo-Katan's Clone Wars, but you know what I'm saying? They're fresh. They're not repackaged. They're not, we're going to have a character that's iconic, that's been male for 30 years. We're just going to switch him up and make him a woman all of a sudden. People, that's the type of shit that's just annoying. But you give us something fresh, something new, all of those characters are great. So I'm a huge fan of Bo-Katan. It started off with a great TIE interceptor scene. What did you think of that scene?
Oh, that's pretty fucking tits.
You liked it then?
Oh, yeah, it was awesome.
What did you say? It was what?
It was fucking awesome.
No, what was the first thing you said?
Oh, it was tits.
It was what now?
Tits. Like, it was awesome.
Breasts?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Yaddle Chattle. I don't know what kind of... This ain't a fucking penthouse forum.
Sorry.
All right? I don't know what the fuck. I'm sitting next to Larry Flint over here. He's been making Star Wars into Hustler. Okay, I don't know what the fuck it is you're talking about. What was it? The episode was what?
It was awesome. You don't want me to use that word. I won't use that.
Why? I don't know what it means.
It's like awesome. That's
breasts. Breasts.
Sure, they're awesome.
So we just scream out breasts?
No. Did you ever watch South Park and Cartman would go,
no.
Oh, that's totally tits.
No. I watched South Park in 1999, brother.
Jesus, it's still hilarious.
I know. I see
the
clips online. I laugh and laugh and laugh when I see the clips online.
Yes.
But I don't have enough time to watch all this television, okay? I have to do things. Now, okay? So you did like that? I thought it was good, too.
No, Favreau said that this is going to be an action-packed season, and so far 3 out of the
no doubt
8 episodes have been action-packed.
Action-packed. So that was very quick opening. That was, basically that was the most we would get of Mando until the very end. But yeah, actually no, Mando disappears then.
It bookends.
And it becomes all about the Doctor. The famous Doctor from seasons 1 and 2 who was experimenting on Grogu. That guy is giving a TED Talk at the Opera House.
Now, is that Lucas Haas? Remember Lucas Haas, little child actor? He was in Witness and he was in Mars Attacks. Because it looks like Lucas Haas.
I don't know.
I've
never heard of Lucas Haas in my fucking life.
I know. I went real deep on that.
How do you know? This is why people are so infuriated with you sometimes.
Why?
Well,
someone's going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
It took me 5 weeks for you to watch the ILM documentary on Disney Plus, Light Magic, and now you're bringing up fucking Lucas Haas as if anyone from Yaddle Chattle know who the hell he is.
That someone does. I guarantee.
Someone. But 99% of Yaddles don't know who Lucas Haas is.
Comment in the YouTube section, please.
96%. If you know who Lucas Haas is, congratulations. Give yourself 1 point. If you don't know who Lucas Haas is, be honest. And if you admit it, give yourself 10 points. It's a 1 point versus 10 point thing. Let's just see.
That's the incentive.
Let's just see how many people don't know who Lucas Haas is now. Okay. What about the Doctor on Coruscant in the Opera House?
I thought that was pretty fucking great.
What about the fact that they do TED Talks now in the Opera House?
I thought
no more water ballet? Or is it they use it for multiple functions?
Yeah, it's like a performing arts center.
All right. I just, if that Opera House is there, I want to see the giant water worms jumping through water balls. I don't want to see a TED Talk.
It's not an opera house. It's a performing arts center. Like the place my wife used to work at. On one stage you had Brian Wilson. On another stage you would have someone like Louis C.K. And then you would have Mike Duncan in the Little Theater giving his metaphysic history talk. Gotcha. And that's all in the same night.
I know. It's one of those things. One of those festivals. So maybe it was like some kind of... Maybe it was. Maybe there was like a Coruscant festival going around.
Well, there was.
And they had like
there is a festival.
Because they had the carnival. But let's not get to that yet. What did you think about my son? I watched, now we're watching all the Mandalorians episodes together. It's nice because since they debut on Wednesday.
You have the kids.
I'm watching the kids on Wednesdays these days. And he enjoyed the redheaded guy with the hat who, after the doctor gave his talk, there was like a bunch of rich people from Coruscant and they were talking to him. And the one guy, he kind of looked like me a little bit. He had his hat though way up, which is always a bad look to me. When I always hate when people have the hat. It's a very Debbie Gibson type of look. Anyway, he had the hat and he's like, "So, what do you think? Coruscant, are you comfortable in Coruscant?" And it was such a classic, like, 1970s, like, Hollywood Squares kind of, Charles Nelson Riley character type of.
I could see that. I saw it more like he's like a debutante, and galactic politics really, he's so rich and wealthy and powerful that galactic politics does make a difference who's in charge. The Republic,
no, I know,
the Empire,
but I'm just talking about
Republic.
his vibe. His vibe was funny.
It was very flamboyant.
Yeah, he was very flamboyant. He was very kind of comical. Aliens, though, more aliens, some Akbars, Mon Calamaris, I should say, and that was always cool. So he's done with that. He goes back. He meets his new people with the amnesty program.
I love the fact that, like, he's doing this big TED Talk in front of thousands of people, and then he goes back to the housing projects.
Yeah, that
might have been a little meta about how we treat our scientists.
All of that was building up for that guy. That this guy is actually not a bad guy. He's a good guy. He's a smart guy, and just his life has been ruined by the Empire. He goes, he meets the amnesty people. I thought the tall guy, who first met him.
Yeah, like the Nathan Fillion guy.
Yeah, just very tall, very like a Aiden Quinn type of guy.
Rugged,
handsome. I thought that guy was going to betray him. I still think he will betray him. But, let's get to the fact that we went to a carnival. Grand Moff, is he Grand Moff or he's just Moff?
I think he's just a Moff.
Okay, Moff Gideon, his, lieutenant, corporal, whatever the fuck, his number one military advisor, that lady, she's there, and she's a good guy all of a sudden. "Oh, that was terrible. Let me walk you around." She takes him to the carnival. They get some ice cream, some glowing ice cream. That's fun.
I thought it was going to be like some kind of like they're going to fall in love type of thing. Like
I thought so too.
They're clearly like she's flirting with him.
Yeah, and because we don't have a lot of romance on The Mandalorian, I thought, well, this could be an interesting, kind of weird romance situation occur. She says, "Listen, you're a scientist. You're too talented for this. You should be trying to, work on your science. I can get you into one of those ships where you can steal a bunch of medical supplies and you can create your own lab. We just have to break out of the amnesty quarters, if you will." So he does. The train ride was awesome. Loved the music on the train ride. Loved the big creature, but I thought the music was very cool. It had like a Blade Runner or something. It was not as much Star Wars. Again, not a complaint. Anytime you do something new, but it works, I'm all for it.
A Giorgio Moroder electronica.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think that the music for the television's been excellent.
Great.
Like, they'll go from, like, the TIE Fighter sequence, which was very...
Now, the guy isn't working on it. The same guy who did the first two seasons is not doing all of the music for this one. I believe his stock has risen in Disney+. And he's doing movies now.
Oh, good for him.
He's on his way to doing movies. But I do miss that guy, but I thought the music in this episode was really cool.
Can I ask you a question
Yes?
on the music subject? Michael Giacchino, does he become the heir apparent to John Williams?
He should, unless Michael Giacchino starts making movies. Because if you saw, and this isn't Marvel Chattel, so very quickly, Werewolf by Night was awesome. I loved it. Thought it was great. And he directed it. But I think they should absolutely be using Michael Giacchino for all movies, Kevin Kiner for all series or cartoons, and then maybe you shift that other guy between both.
Okay.
I forget that guy's name. Yoran, Guhan, something.
Some kind of
He's Scandinavian type of deal. So she brings him to the ship. He gets the medical supplies. They walk out. Fuck! She set him up. Moff's lieutenant set up the doctor. Bitch. Fucking bitch. We thought you were going to make a love connection with the doc. You sold him out.
I was kind of hoping for that. Like, there would be some kind of, like, happy ending.
You sold him out, lady. Now, this got to my favorite part of the whole episode. The weirdness of what they were doing to the doctor. Setting up the mind flare, the weird music, how almost off things were. Like it was a nightmare where you're awake. You know, he's talking to you. Don't worry. I find this process quite refreshing. You know, I did it once as well. And it's like, we're not the Empire, son. You know, we're not going to erase your mind. But just even the fact that you're saying that out loud. Don't worry. We won't be erasing your mind with these lasers. We are going to be shooting into your head. Don't worry. We're not the Empire. We're not going to go overboard with the lasers being shot into your head. We're just going to fry a little bit of your brain. Just a little bit. No wonder the guy's freaking out. I was freaking out. I loved that part.
The anxiety inducing.
And, you know, I felt that part almost had an Andor type of thing, only it was done in a Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni way. It fit the Mandalorian, and I just enjoyed this shit out of it. It was very odd, very weird, and I loved it.
Yeah, I thought that, I knew it was going to happen. Once they had him strapped in there, I'm like, okay, I know what's
You
gonna
knew
happen.
she was going to betray him totally. I mean, she did. She already set him up, so she might as well go the full distance now. She turned it. And yes, the girl. So then everyone left, and Gideon's assistant, their lieutenant or whatever, turned the thing. The New Republic was only going to give him just a little bit of voltages, make him feel happy. Instead, she's decided to fry his brain into jelly.
I think the reason either he could be a witness.
Oh, that's it.
For Gideon.
No doubt.
Or he's not dead, but he's gonna hate the Republic.
I don't think he is dead. I do think she has turned his brain into jello.
I don't know if she's turned his brain into jello. I think that she did it just enough to make him hate the Republic.
Dude, just enough. She turned it all the way up.
No,
it
but
was
I'm
red.
saying, like,
I mean, there is no just enough. She did max.
Because I think he still has purpose.
No, when I say he's frying his brain in jelly, I'm not saying he's necessarily going to be Jack Nicholson at the end of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but he is not going to remember anything. Nothing. Now, and 100%, this is for Gideon. Yes, he's a witness.
No,
he saw what Gideon is doing with Grogu. He's Grogu. He's experimenting on Grogu.
I thought a different
doing
perspective.
Fucking shit. What do you think?
I think that what she's trying to do is get him to hate the Republic so that he'll swear undying allegiance to Moff Gideon, and like continue his cloning.
They don't need him. They don't need him. But they need him to disappear or shut up. He's a witness to Gideon. Don't forget, Gideon is on trial for war tribunal.
Well,
so even if
the rumor that he escaped,
it's just a rumor. They said it right there. It's a rumor. We don't know what's going on with Gideon, truthfully. Anyway, overall, good episode.
great. Oh, we gotta talk about the end, the bookend.
The bookend, of course. Mando, Bo-Katan. They go into the convert, tribunal, the camp, whatever the fuck it's called. They go there, and she goes, "Did you bathe in those waters?" "Yes, I did." "Did you? What about you, Bo-Katan? And have you removed your helmet?" "I went in the water and I did not remove your helmet." Then you're both Mandalorians. You're both forgiven. Let's rock and roll. Bo-Katan's in the group right now. The end.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of the episode?
I thought it was great. I think it's such a great series.
I love it. And I am beyond thrilled with this series. I don't understand, and I don't even want to take a lot of time with it on this week. If it keeps going on next week, I will. But this week, I'm just going to very briefly mention, yet again, another great episode from The Mandalorian, in my opinion. Yet again, on Twitter, after following the episode, Andor's trending.
So that's a good thing.
And it's people saying that this, episode, the quality wasn't as good.
Oh, God.
As Andor. So I don't know what to do with the people who are bitching and complaining about this show.
I
don't. They've given me space battles, multiple space battles, creatures,
David,
fucking things. They're giving me everything.
David, I've got it.
I'm sick and tired of this shit.
I've got it. You stay off Twitter unless you have to promote something that you're doing.
I'm thinking of staying off Twitter, by the way, until I have something to promote. That's how much you've bothered me.
You should do that. It would probably be way better for your mental health.
I'm sick and tired of it. All right, very quickly. Bad Batch.
I don't know why they keep doing
it.
It's apples and oranges.
Fuck them. Sick of it. Aren't you?
Yeah.
You enjoying it? It's St. Patrick's Day. How about I get you a beer? You pound it right here on the air.
Can't.
Why not?
I gotta drive back home.
You gotta drive back. It's legal to drink one beer.
No, I'm fine.
Pound it right here for the Yellowheads.
No.
It'd be great.
No, I'm not.
Huh?
I can't.
What if I put it in a shot glass?
If you would have done this at the beginning of the episode, I would have totally done it.
I'll put it in a shot glass for you.
No, I can't drink right now.
All
I'm working.
All right, you're working? What are you doing?
We're recording a show.
All right, quickly, Bad Batch so we can get out of here.
Sure.
Plus, we got to do a cage match.
Okay.
So, quickly. A nothing episode. Not going to kill it.
It wasn't
The
awful.
Mandalorian has been so great, it's legitimately helped the Bad Batch for me. This was an episode, if this came out 6 weeks ago, you'd be hearing a 20-minute Darth David rant about how much I hate the Bad Batch, how much it was a horrible episode. It was the most juvenile episode that we've seen yet.
I mean, it wasn't
I don't care about one single character anymore. I don't even like the Bad Batch anymore. They're a bunch of losers.
You just want to see Crosshair?
And they're, the Bad Batch are bad people because they have brought this girl around from planet to planet. I guess finally they've seen how shitty they've been as adults and guardians for this little girl. And so now they're going to settle down on this thing, on this planet, which makes no sense since it just had a massive fucking flood. And apparently a goddamn tsunami can come out of the water at any moment's notice. And yet this is where you're going to bring the girl.
Well, I have...
That makes sense to you?
I have a feeling...
The show's rotten. And unless Crosshair's in it, I no longer care, but will watch it and then pray to St. Patrick himself to cancel the season after it's done. I don't want to watch it because, and here's why. And then people are, well, that's mean. No, it's not mean. You have told me that Disney has told me that Star Wars animation these days is canon. That it's extremely important. So you have put all the high stakes and all the pressure on your animation shows. You have made people now who have watched Star Wars since 1977, like, that's canon to us. So fine, now I have to watch your fucking dopey cartoon for canon. Okay? Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. I'm watching for canon at this point. The show sucks, whatever, doesn't matter. I hate all the characters, but I'm still not mad because The Mandalorian is that great.
Don't you think it's a little weird that this episode of The Mandalorian happens, and it's right around the time in the Bad Batch where they're doing like all this cloning stuff, where they're talking about the legacy of cloning. So you have two Star Wars related shows.
Agreed.
Talking about cloning,
and that's getting a little bit.
Now is that
strange.
some kind of tie-in that like Filoni like said, hey, look, Favreau and I are working on this whole cloning thing?
I don't know. I no longer care. This show means nothing to me at all. Zero. It was bad. The girl is in the fucking boat, and they're like, oh, the water's receding. What do we do? I'm like, stay in the fucking boat. The fucking water will just go down, and you'll just sit there and be like, well, that was pleasant. They're jumping out of the fucking thing to none of it made sense. No action. It sucked. Let's do a cage match.
Okay.
Rotten show.
I got it.
But The Mandalorian is so good that a rotten show like The Bad Batch doesn't matter to me anymore. I stay happy, Yaddle heads. I stay positive. That's how good The Mandalorian has been for me.
Who's your favorite clone?
Who's my favorite clone?
Yeah.
See, this is the point. maybe it's time to back off the clones. We're getting clone shit. Clonerson over here. Hey, we got monsters and creatures, Jedis and Sith. We got Mandos and Stormtroopers. We got Ewoks and Rancors. We don't need clones with every fucking show and every character. Maybe I'm getting cloned out.
Okay. All right, well.
Rex. That's my favorite fucking clone, though
Fine.
I don't really care about any of them. I hate to say it, the Bad Batch itself is making me not care about clones in general. And that actually is a problem because that has been very detrimental to me.
Maybe that's the point because they're about to like a clone holocaust. Except for like the 3 guys that end up on that planet with Rex.
Yeah, I mean we know Rex survives because they said he even was at the Endor, Return of the Jedi. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, you never saw that?
What?
There's an old guy with a white beard. Dave Filoni went back and said he designed Rex to have the white beard to look like that guy.
Oh.
So that canon now, in Return of the Jedi, the movie, Rex is there.
Okay, well, Rex.
How about that?
I got the cage match.
Please.
Rex versus Moff Gideon.
Okay. Rex versus Moff Gideon. I told you I am losing my interest in clones. I'm going to back it up. Moff Gideon, scrapper, fighter. Shit, he gave the Mandalorian hell when those two had a battle in season 2 of Mando. Moff Gideon for the win. Easy.
Really?
Easy.
You're going to take like a fucking vet, top of the line captain?
Did you see the fucking Moff Gideon duel it out with the Mandalorian and nearly fucking take him down?
Did you see
this
him?
Ain't no fucking bureaucratic imperial asshole.
No, but did you see Rex and Ahsoka take on an entire army of clones at the series finale of Clone Wars?
I do not recall. And
Okay.
while I do, I'm using that just simply so I can win the argument.
Okay.
So I do not recall.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. Well, with that...
Who are you going with?
I'm going with Rex.
Okay. Final decision. Moff Gideon wins. Give me 55 points. Jared minus 51. Oh, no. I realized that now you're at -1. You're going to end the show with -1 because you had gotten 50 points earlier. Shit. I can't believe that happened. What a weird coincidence. Go ahead, quickly. We have a minute and a half.
Okay, fine. Follow Eastside Dave across all social media platforms at Eastside Dave. Right? EastsideDaveCountry.com, the Watcher/Yaddle Chattle feed, YouTube, Eastside Dave TV, and then please log on to patreon.com/EastsideDave and join our Patreon. All we're looking for right now is $2.50. We're going to start introducing a new tier soon. April. We're looking to do some new exclusive content for our patrons. And if you can't find it on Patreon, email me at yaddlechattle@gmail.com.
Very well done. Now,
Trying to hit the post.
it's St. Patrick's, so we hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's day, and we want to thank all you Yaddle Chattle heads for watching and listening to Yaddle Chattle. Hey, I'm having fun with The Mandalorian.
Me too.
These critics, and these bloggers who came in with an agenda to be negative are not going to distract me from the fun. I'm sorry. I love the show. Star Wars, on fire. Jedi Jared, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Let's have a beer.
Let's have a beer.
I'm Darth David. He's Jedi Jared. It's been Yaddle Chattle, a Star Wars podcast. Good night, everybody!
Have a happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.